Welcome Star Wars gamers to this very special video. Today we're talking about EA Star Wars Rise to Power. 2 weeks ago the game came out of closed alpha and the closed alpha came to an end. The game's been taken off the store and then they're going to do some more development to it, who knows, and it'll be released at some point. So to check on their social media channels for any emails and communication when that might happen. As you see from the date on there, it's 2 weeks ago when this was posted, and in that time I have been struggling to make this video because it turns into a rant like anything about EA does, because it's EA. So with Rise to Power, for those of you who don't know what the game is, it's basically about the fact where you're either Rebels or Empire, and then it's set in that time period of the original trilogy. It's no First Order stuff or Clone Wars, anything like that at all. It's just original. And the idea being that you have a base, your planet base, where you build mines and harvest resources. You can build mining ships to go out to planets to mine resources and all those kind of things. And the idea being that over the course of the game, with your guildmates or as yourself, depends, you then go to planets and engage in battles with your enemy faction. And whoever has the biggest amount of points wins control of that sector, or whoever has the deepest pockets. Now over the course of the year that I've been playing this, I've seen the game graphics come from placeholder graphics, black boxes, to shiny polishy looking nice graphics. Fine, but one of the biggest concerns that I've got is that with each update they made to us, they introduce new layers of microtransactions, and the game has so many microtransactions. I've never seen anything like it. You can microtransact. Everything's about speed, convenience in this game. How fast you can build things, how fast you can upgrade things. And EA obviously want to make money from that inconvenience. And that's exactly what they're going to do with this. Now I put a question to EAJ, quite simply saying my concern, which I'll talk about in this video. And the response back was saying that, well, actually you can't buy things for real world money in the game right now. I'm like, well, I know that wasn't what I was asking. And what I was asking was this: will this game be gambling? And what do I mean by that? And what I mean is, here's my example. So you can spend, for argument's sake, $10 to buy a crystal pack, and with those crystals you then buy boosters, speed boosters. So you can speed boost. There's a variety of different ones. Some will upgrade your base faster, some will build your ships faster, some will help you build research faster, some will help you improve the level of your admiral's experience. There's a speed boost for everything in this game. But let's just say you want to build some mining ships and harvest some resources quicker because you desperately need a resource to build some bigger ships or upgrade your headquarters. Fine. So you spend $10. You then buy some speed boosters so you can build these ships instantly, and then you purchase an armor speed boost so they've got like an extra protection of hull just to make them a little bit stronger. Now the same applies to all the ships. With the sort of capital ships, you can increase the hull strength, the defense, the shields, everything you can think of. You can upgrade it. So then what you do is you then send your fleet of little ships off to a planet to harvest. And you've got a fleet of ships with X-Wings and Y-Wings in there of about 5k in power, in strength. It's okay. It's not brilliant. It's okay. But you thought, you know what? I'll leave it just outside my home sector. So, you know, worst case scenario is there won't be many more powerful ships in this level here. And then what happens the next morning? You wake up and you see on your phone that you fell under attack. And you've lost everything. Everything has been destroyed by a bigger, more powerful ship fleet. And you think, oh, but I've just upgraded all those things. I've paid money to upgrade my ships. And you've lost it. You've lost it. So that $10 you spent on those upgrades are gone. You don't get those back. They're not recycled. You can't use them as scrap. They're gone. You've lost them. And the only way you can get them back is by doing it again and buying them again. And that brings me to the whole point of this game. There's no ground battles, it's purely space battles. And if you upgrade bigger ships, for example, and quite often you will face opponents who have got much, much bigger fleets, especially if they're better coordinated than you, for example, if you're against a guild fleet and they're much better coordinated, or if they're working in 2s or 3s, as they did quite often in the closed alpha. And they'll just wipe you clean. Now, how the battles work right now is that you have rounds, and the rounds will go on as long as many ships as there are. And obviously with each round, it will calculate who's lost what. And they're gone. Those ships are gone. So if you upgrade a Mon Calamari cruiser and you lose it in that round, it's gone. So however many dollars you spent on upgrading that ship, it's gone. And I've never come across a game, a mobile game, outside of gambling, that does this. You've got Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, you've got Force Arena, Star Wars Commander, and I can throw out Clash Royale, loads of other games, because if you lose a battle, if you lose whatever it might well be, you don't lose what you've purchased, you keep it. The only exception would be is Star Wars Commander, where you can speed up the building of your troopers in the game. But no one does that because it's ludicrous to spend $10 to churn out 10 stormtroopers in 5 minutes. Doesn't make sense. So you don't, because those units are dispensable. You lose them if they die. And the same applies here, obviously. But the problem we've got here is in Commander, if you pay to upgrade your base and you fall under attack and your base gets destroyed, everything respawns. So all the upgrades you might have spent money on, you still got them. But in this game, all your ships, everything, if you lose it, it's gone. Your base cannot fall under attack in this game. So if you lose control of a system, you just move to a different system, your base uproots and automatically gets relocated once that happens. But my main concern is the fact that you could spend lots of money in this game to try and compete and lose it and not get it back. So will this game be a form of gambling? Now EA claim it hasn't got microtransactions, but on the Google Play Store it clearly puts at the bottom there microtransactions between 99 pence and £100 in the game. So it's going to be in there. It's an EA game. Why wouldn't it? Let's face it. And that for me is a problem. Now the game isn't fun. I mean, you could always argue it's closed alpha. The game was astonishingly boring. The base looks nice. There's no actual space combat. You don't control any spaceships. All you do is watch a very boring screen, 2D screen, left side, right side of your fleet, whoever faction you are, and in the middle of that you see like a couple of like spaceships flying around in the loop, little explosions going off. That's it. That's all you see. And each round you see whoever's lost ships will lose a bit more power until the balance is out. Whoever's going to win or lose. That's it. And that is this game in a nutshell. There's hardly any strategy elements to the game at all. The only strategic part of the game is coordinating with your guildmates or team what planet you're going to attack first. And that can go wrong sometimes as well, due to communication, or for example, if your mate spent on a speed boost to get him there a bit faster than you, he might come out of hyperspace against a big enemy fleet sitting there ready for him. So he'll retreat when your fleet goes in there because it's a bit delayed because you can't afford to send in the speed boost. Then you're like, well, he's gone, I can't recall my fleet now, I'm in trouble. And it's kind of like that. And my experience in the game was not good. It was not. It was extremely boring. But coming back to the point about the losing your fleet and stuff. Now there are game alerts, obviously, in the game that alerts you are under attack. But if you're asleep, for example, the chances of you hearing it are not great. Now you could say yes, but you know it's your own fault. But no, it's not your own fault, because that shouldn't be. You shouldn't lose what you've paid for. That is gambling. If you go to a slot machine and you put in a couple of dollars and you don't win anything, you've lost that money. In this game operates the same way. You put your money in and then you lose because you lost the battle, you lose your money. I've never seen a game do this. I've never seen a game do this. That might change when the game goes live. But this is EA we're talking about, and they don't tend to do things or make changes to stuff like this unless to get caught out, and get caught out big time. So if you guys like the video, give it a thumbs up. Please let your friends be mindful of this. If you're looking at this game, and I know a lot of you are looking at this game, and it is a massive concern right now for me. Massive concern. But thanks again for watching, and I'll hope to see you guys in the next Star Wars video. May the Force be with you.